Coach, why don't you go ahead and start off with anything from today, and then we'll open for questions with Bob when you're done.
Thanks, Kent. Excited about playing Iowa. They've showed up the last 4 years that we've played them. We haven't. We need to show up to play a lot better than we have. Practice, of course, went good today. Guys were fresh, excited, high tempo practice. We feel good about everything. Injured players are getting better. Senior day, a lot going on this weekend. We'll take your questions.
All right, Bob, go ahead. You're leading off, and Scott Beatty on deck. Go ahead, Bob.
I'm also, Kent, before you go, and I know I'm a football coach, and I'm pumped up about what we're doing football-wise, but I can't wait for tomorrow night, too. Us playing Baylor. Our basketball team, of course, is one of the best in the country, so I can't wait to see that matchup tomorrow night. Take your question.
Coach, I know this is probably more a question for Josh Whitman, but I'll ask you.
You could ask Josh then, Bob, if that's.
No, you'll have a good thoughts on this. Bowl games, how involved have you been looking at bowl games, and you have an idea what the status is in the Big Ten? Because you guys have lost some games that were going to be hosts for Big Ten teams.
Well, I'm very involved in the bowl game. I have a big say. The football team has a big say, and that's take care of business on the football field. That's our involvement. Continue to win football games, and when you win football games, you get rewarded at the end. But in order for that to happen, we got to get game 3. I know that's coach talk, but that's our involvement in it right there. Last year, we went to a bowl game based on us winning games. We plan on continuing to win this year.
Yeah, Coach, how important would it be to make that, beat them 2 in a row? Well, postseason wise, how important is that for the program going forward?
Very important to be to have. That would say we would have had 2 successful seasons. So yes, that is a goal. But again, in order for that goal to happen, we need to beat Iowa this week.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Okay, Scott Beatty, you're up. Jeremy Werner on deck. Go ahead, Scott.
Lovie, as curiosity, there is this Pro Football Focus that issues grades on players and looks at performance. Wondering if that has any weight with you, and if it's similar to how you might scout and grade out your own players.
No, it doesn't have anything to do with us. I don't look at what anyone is. We grade our players, so why would I look to see what someone else is saying? So no, I don't at all. We have a grading system that we've been using for a lot of years that tells us how our player plays, and we feel real comfortable with it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Jeremy, you're up, and Colin on deck. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Hey, Lovie, I'm just wondering because, man, early signing day is in 2 weeks, kind of sneaking up on me. But what's this been like for you guys as you have a full game schedule? I know you're focused on that, but with signing day coming up, what's been the impact of that on you guys?
Well, I mean, in a major college program, there's all kind of things going on, always. Recruiting is, I wouldn't necessarily say 24/7, but it's a year-round. It's a real year-round thing that goes on. Signing date is a part of that. So we have a lot of different things going on. We have a recruiting department, James Kirkland, Pat Embleton. I mean, they keep that going. And that's keeping track of the transfer portal, upcoming class, current commitments that we have right now. So that's ongoing. And once we get to that time, we'll be able to focus in on that a little bit. But again, for me, it's some type of recruiting every day.
And obviously it's been 9 months without being able to host visits. I know you guys have done virtual and all of that, but just what has been the impact of, not being able to have that in-person contact, and how have you guys kind of adjusted?
Well, that's the different part. We have quite a few players. There are a few players that I haven't personally met that we have commitments from. I mean, and that's different. I mean, a part of the evaluation process is them getting on campus. So, but it's a different year, and we're not the only team in that position. But I'm looking forward to meeting some of our incoming new prospects, new recruits.
Does that mean like this process might go longer than normal, or is it just different in the way it's going?
Hey, it's you can't make too many 4-out plans based on what we have right now. We have a group of commitments. There's a signing date coming up. We have a few more scholarship possibilities out there. In time, it'll all work itself out. We're kind of going a little bit day to day, week to week with our plan.
And just one more. I know that the transfer portal has been so big for you guys and a big part of your plan. It seems like the transfer portal is even filling up earlier. How big of a part of your plan in this cycle is transfers again?
Oh, I've made it known. We're as we change our roster, the transfer portal will be a part of it. And in particular, not necessarily the transfer portal, just the graduate transfers, graduates that for whatever reason are looking for a different home. When you have success doing something, you stay true to that. So I believe in that. Always possible to improve your ball club is what we will do, and that will be a part of it.
Thank you, Lovie.
You're welcome.
Okay, Colin, you're up, and then Joey on deck. Go ahead, Colin.
Lovey, I know Brandon is seen as more of a mild-mannered, calm kind of guy, but considering how the Iowa game ended for him last year, do you expect him to maybe come into this one with a little more maybe intensity, a little more fire, some of that emotion that we saw at the end of or in the middle of the Nebraska game last week?
Well, that's saying that he didn't go into it with fire, intensity, and all that. I just don't believe that's the case. And I don't think we need something like that to motivate us. They've beaten us every year we played them. If you need that type of motivation, it's out there, but I don't think Brandon does. I don't think we do. We need to play better. We'll do that. That's enough motivation for us when you haven't beaten anyone since we've been here.
Thanks, Lovey.
Welcome.
Okay, Joey, you're up.
Hey, Lovey, I know obviously COVID has affected college football in the big picture with everybody, but Brandon in his senior year has played 2 games. It's December 1st. How have you seen him handle that? Have you guys had any conversations? I mean, I can't imagine this is how he expected his senior year to go.
No, we hadn't talked about. I mean, guys, keep in mind on where we are. Brandon played. He was out a few games where we couldn't do an awful lot with him, and he was excited about getting back, and now he's back. So hadn't had time to look that direction. It's back in. We have a starting quarterback. First game back, he played well. We're expecting him to play well throughout. It's about these upcoming games instead of what we've missed. That's the approach we've taken. Just like we lost the first 3 games. We hadn't really looked that far back. We're just excited about where we are right now and getting an opportunity to continue to play. That's what
Thanks,
I'm
Lovey.
talking about and everybody else.
All right, thanks, Lovey.
Welcome.
All right, Coach. Regarding the basketball game tomorrow night, remember you got to stay up late. The game doesn't even start till 9 o'clock Central Time, so it's be an early
You're
start.
right. Ken, knowing me, I am an early bird, and I get up. When you get up in the 4:30, you got to get up early. I mean, you have to go to bed early, but special occasions, you stay up a little bit later. I plan on staying up a little bit that night.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
Take care.